Alright, hello, and welcome to a new series of Armageddon Games, Zelda Classic Fan Games. Over the last 20 years, either on purezc.com or zeldaclassic.com, I'll provide links to both sites in the description for this video. There's fan-made, dozens of fan-made games, all free of charge, of course. You can download the player, install it, download the games, install, just like any software program. It goes without explaining if you've ever downloaded a computer program on either computer or smartphone or whatever. The whole process is should be like second nature. So now, I'm not too familiar with the overall history of Zelda Classic. I know from what I've heard, it started out as like a forerunner to emulation, a way to play the first Zelda game on a computer. Then, of course, once emulators became more popular, I guess from what I understand, they started updating this. Some of the initial updates included a quest builder program, kind of like Mario Maker on an official scale with Nintendo Switch, Mario Maker 2, and kind of along those lines, where anybody can make a Zelda game if you know how to use the program, which I do not. I have tried, but anyways, long introduction, rambling introduction over. I've wanted to do some of these games for a long time, as long as I've had this channel, but up until just a few weeks ago, either OBS or Streamlabs, neither one would capture the video. Audio, but no video. So, anyways, Link to the Heavens, End of Time, Link's Birthday, both the original and the version 2, Isle of the Wind, Souls of Wisdom, Lost Isle, all games I'd like to do playthroughs of sometime, along with the Dragon Quest series and Final Fantasy series that I'm doing already. Yeah. But for now, I'm going to do this one, Z1 Rando, short for Zelda 1, of course, a randomized version of the first Zelda game on NES. There's lots of those on this setup, but this is one I prefer. So let us get to it. Start. I said start. Are you deaf? There you go. Randomize Zelda Super Deluxe Edition. Left default. Yeah. So in other words, if you take the blue Twilight Zone warp on the left, default randomizing beyond what's already in the game as it is. If you take the orange door on the right, you get to choose some of the optimized or randomized settings. But for this playthrough, I'm not going to do either one, as it's already randomized enough. I mean, this is called Zelda Randomizer for a reason. The randomization is already there. You could just add more to it if you wanted to, but nah. For example, with extra options, anything could have been in that cave right here. A dungeon, an item. But I want to keep at least this one part, somewhat in line with the actual game that this is a randomization of. So go in here and get my sword, as I really don't care for swordless challenges. I mean, I know a lot of fans of the original Zelda game do that, and props to you if you like. I just could never get into a swordless, having to use everything else, bombs, and candle. I could just never get into that kind of playthrough. I'm sorry. Yeah. Of course, even the music is randomized. This is, well, basically just a remix of the standard music that you normally hear. Alright, now, in the actual original game, the first dungeon was just a few square screens up from here and one over to the left. But you could explore a little bit. Because back in the day, granted some 35, 36 years later, it's nothing. Pretty much every, well, maybe not every game, but a good majority of games have the kind of optional exploration. But back then, in 1986, 1987, very few games did. Most of them were linear platformers like Mario Brothers, Mega Man, and Castlevania. I mean, well, actually, Mega Man isn't a good example because it at least had the levels, the stage screen, or stage select screen, so you could do things a little different. Okay, fine. Forget I said Mega Man, but like Castlevania, Ghosts and Goblins, always the same game every time. No chance of exploring, doing anything different. Then this game, as open world as an 80s game could be. Why like I've said in other videos, as I get my ass kicked by levers here. As I've said in other videos, in 1988, that's just what I needed. An open world game, or at least, halfway there to one, or however you want to put that. All of the other games I was playing were so linear, I was sick of it. Just when I was about ready to give up on video games altogether, someone suggests this game, the actual official version of this game. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try one more video game. But I'm sick of linearity. If I want something that's going to be the same every time, I'll stick to movies and books, thank you. TV shows. Put this in and, what? You can actually go almost anywhere you want? Wow! Yeah, interest in video games saved. Like I've said in other videos, if this game had been as linear as all of the others of the day, frick, being a Zelda fan, I probably wouldn't even be a video gamer today. Why I have such a problem with the idea of linear Zelda. Twilight Princess fans, Skyward Sword fans, here's to you. That's why I have such a problem with linear Zelda. If this game had been as linear as they are, I wouldn't even care for video games. What a way to start. I can know death the actual game. Of course, there I'm not busy trying to comment on certain things as well as play the game either, so kind of diverting my attention there. But okay, we got a little bit of a skipping issue here, a little bit of a slowdown issue here, but oh well. The NES did have that from time to time. I mean, you'd think as primitive as it was, it wouldn't have such issues. But even then, games would slow down from time to time. You'd have different colors be going, like in Metroid, be jumping from platform to platform, and part of the screen in the background would be slightly different colored and be like, what the heck? In fact, I think I showed some of that last year when I did a playthrough of the original Metroid game on the NES. Why am I getting my butt kicked by levers? Seriously. All the times I've played this game over the years, I should be better than that. Oh well. I'm not even trying. I don't care. I'm just having fun with this. I'm not trying to do any kind of challenge playthrough. No death, no injury, no hit or anything. No, sir, I'm not doing any of those challenge playthroughs, just having fun playing through the game normally. I mean, again, if that kind of thing is, for you, then have fun. Seriously. If that works for you, go for it. Don't let my commentary stop you as if it would anyways. But for me, no. Anyways, there isn't nothing over there. I mean, in the actual game, as I'll probably be referring to the official game as the actual game, since this is just a random, or what's the word some people use in these randomizer playthroughs? Vanilla game, I think is what they call it. In the vanilla game, some kind of gamer terminology for the basic game. You could put a bomb there to get a heart container once you get bombs. Which is what I'm trying to do here, by the way, if I might add. But the game is being stingy with its bomb drops. So... Ah, there we go. Was going to say, in the normal game, if you didn't get bombs from enemies, this shop here, well, the quantity is a little different. In the base game, it's 4 bombs for 20 bucks, not 8 of them, but for 60. Quantity and prices are a little different, but yeah, you could just get some bombs there. Oh, magic jar. They didn't even have magic in the base game. That wasn't until Zelda 2. The first of several sequels and prequels and spin-off, well, not really spin-offs, but timeline branch-offs, and most of the Zelda games that would follow this one would have some form of magic meter, but this one never did, at least not normally. Not in the basic game. Normally, that would be a heart. Well, it would actually take any one you want, a choice between a red potion on the left and a heart container on the right. Naturally, unless you were doing a 3-heart challenge where you don't get any extra heart containers, then you'd probably pick the potion because you probably need all the potions you can get under those kind of challenges. But normally, naturally, you'd pick the heart container because it's there for the rest of the playthrough, whereas the potion, once you use it, it's gone. But here, as you just saw, magic, which will, in this randomized version of the game, will be useful later on. Some of the items they add will require magic to use. So. This would also be a heart container normally. Okay, well, don't really care about the upgraded shield because likes could just take it from you anyways, and you'll be back to what you have right now. So I gave up on getting the upgraded shield decades ago. Like, why bother? Go buy the upgraded shield for 90 bucks and lose it 10 minutes later anyways, have to go buy another one. Because unlike later Zelda games where, you could get it, you kill the like fast enough you can get your shield back from it, here you cannot do that. Once it's gone, it's gone. The only way you're going to get another one is to buy another one. So yeah, buy a shield, lose it 5 minutes later, buy a replacement, lose it 5 minutes later, you get the idea. By the end of the 80s, I gave up on buying upgraded shields and just played the game without one. So, probably don't really need keys either. Well, normally, the first quest has an abundance of keys. I usually have like 12 extra keys left by the time I'm done. But since this is a randomized version of the game that has a lot more extra dungeons that aren't there, yeah, I'll just get an extra key, get a start on that. So it's unlike most Zelda games, keys carry over from one dungeon to the next. Whereas most Zelda games, you have to use that key in the specific dungeon you found it in. Now, of course, normally I would now have 5 heart containers, the 3 I started the game with, plus the 2 I just would have picked up. So I could then therefore go up here, if that Lionel gets out of the way. And yes, that little primitive blue thing down there is a Lionel. Graphically, they sure have come a long way since, with the Link to the Past stuff. Breath of the Wild. They sure look a lot different nowadays. Or frick, even Tears of the Kingdom still has some Lionels in it. Anyways, normally this would be a level 2 sword upgrade, making this the only game in the entirety of Zelda history where you could have a sword upgrade, not just the standard basic sword, but a level 2 upgrade to it before stepping foot into any dungeon. While many Zelda games in later years would have sword upgrade options, but you would usually have to go through a couple or 2 or 3 dungeons before you had access to it. Here, no. Of course, I don't have that yet because they moved it. Randomized. A lot of things are moved, so. There, across that bridge is the entrance to the first dungeon, but oh, here's that damn heartbeat again. That took Nintendo developers how many decades before they finally got it through their head that nobody wanted to hear that every second you spent at low health until you either died or did something about it, whichever happened first. I mean, seriously, how many Zelda games had that? Oh, back to the start screen. Alright, now, since this is the randomized version of the game that I have played before, partially, to some extent, I do know where a few things are, so. Sword upgrade. Wait a minute, where am I going? Not this way. This way. Well, I quit getting stuck. Lost Woods. Customary in Zelda games to have the Lost Woods. Up, left, down, left. Someone somewhere told you that. I don't remember where you got that hint in game, but. And of course you have your graveyard area. Pretty much every Zelda game ever made has had one. Anyways, on this screen, where you normally get the level 3 sword upgrade. Oh, wait a minute, never mind. That's right, I forgot about that. Hold on, hold that thought. I forgot. I forgot about that because that's another part of this game that they didn't have in the base game. Dual worlds to explore. Which, in my opinion, Nintendo in official game status has gotten a little carried away with that idea. I mean, Ocarina of Time with the 7-year gap, younger, older Link. Twilight Princess with Twilight World, Hyrule Real World. Oracle of Ages and Seasons with. So many Zelda games have had that. It gets kind of stale and repetitive. Another one of my gripes against Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. How many times, Nintendo, how many times are you going to have the dual worlds to explore mechanic in a Zelda game? Like you've never done that before since A Link to the Past, the 3rd game in releasal order. Yeah. And now they've done it again with the newest game, Tears of the Kingdom, but. Yeah. Of course, in this game, it's kind of cool because anybody familiar with this game knows that there was a second quest. So note on the bottom left where it says Light World. In other words, that's the first quest. All of the first quest dungeons. Dark World, aka second quest, making this the only way you could ever play through both quests virtually at the same time. Go from a first quest dungeon right to a second quest dungeon without having to reset your game and reload a different file to do so. Even on 3DS Virtual Console or Switch NES Online, you can't do that. You have to reset and pick a different file with the second quest already loaded. So yeah. Of course, it's kind of fitting they have the Link to the Past Dark World music, since that was the game in Zelda game anyway that first started that whole dual worlds mechanic idea of Light World, Dark World, or Holodrum, Subrosia, or Labrina. Actually, Oracle of Ages didn't have one. No. Well, yeah, it did, the past and present. Yeah, okay. That whole gimmick that I was just talking about that got old real fast, in my opinion, started with A Link to the Past, so it is kind of fitting that they have that game's Dark World theme here. Oh, still the same path through the Lost Woods. Just like it wasn't. No, the second quest, that was one of the few things that didn't change from the first quest. The path through the Lost Woods was still the same, so. Now back to that screen that I was. Yeah, again, this would be the level 3 magic sword normally, and you'd need 12 heart containers to pick it up. Three that you started the game with plus 9 extras, which of course also with this you'd find where I showed it earlier. That's you'd need 5 heart containers, the 3 you started the game with, and 2 extras. But in this game, or in this randomized version of the game, that requirement is done away with. As long as you can find it, you can pick it up and use it. So yeah. So again, an upgraded, not just a sword, but an upgraded sword before going to any of the dungeons. The one and only time in the entirety of Zelda history that would be the case, to this day. Well, okay, Breath of the Wild could be a little bit of an exception of that because of how open world it is. But there, you could get anything. Pretty much anything could be used as a weapon in that game, so it's not quite the same thing anyways. You didn't have designated swords. Freaking tree branches could be used as weapons in that game, so, yeah. Alright. Now, for now I'll be going through the dungeons in numeric chronological order. Only, as I said before, to me, that was the great thing about this game. You didn't have to. I mean, sure, there was some limitations to your exploration. You couldn't cross a river without an item to do so, or you couldn't defeat certain enemies without certain weapons. Well, there was some limitations to how far you could go with the sequence breaking, but for the most part, you could literally go anywhere you wanted at any time you wanted. The only obstacle was how tough the enemies were going to be. But yeah, level 1. Now, in the base game, you could leave, and for some reason you could go back in, and that door on the top of the screen would have been unlocked. I don't know why, but they fixed it in this rando, obviously, because it's still locked. Of course, for a long time, I never really noticed that. I personally didn't pick up on that until Mossy's at the on the YouTube channel ZeldaDungeon.net or YouTube channel Zelda Dungeon did a playthrough of the game. He mentioned that, and I'm like, really? Okay, I've been playing this game for, well, that was like 2010 that I saw that, so I've been playing this game for what, 12 years now, and I never noticed. Yeah. Actually, it would have been longer than that. Yeah, 2010 would have been 22 years, not 12 years. Sorry, my basic math skills are sadly lacking right now, so sue me. Anyways. And yes, that was there normally. That's not just some shortcut for convenience they added to this randomizer. This, however, is actually fall into the water even though you can't swim. In the actual game, there's invisible borders stopping you from getting into the water, at least here, since you can't swim anyways. But, yeah, for some reason, this version of the game takes those away. So in rooms like this, you really need to be careful where you're walking. Granted, you know, the penalty is what? Yeah, 1/4 of a heart, so it's not too severely drastic, but... Oh yeah, their boomerangs can do a heart of damage. Boss key. Well, that wasn't in the normal game. They didn't start having boss keys until A Link to the Past. Yeah, I know. It's that thing. That's that kicking in. Like I pointed out in my Link to the Past playthrough earlier this year, or last year rather, for the 30th anniversary. So much of what has become normal in Zelda history started with that game. Dual worlds mechanics, master swords. Heart pieces instead of just fully assembled heart containers. Anyways, the blue candle can only be used once per screen. Now, normally that would be the bowl. The blue candle would be for sale at a shop, one screen up and one screen to the left of the start screen. For $60 at that shop there. Killed by a snake. How humiliating. That's it. I'm never uploading this to my channel. Yeah, right, Why am I bothering recording it then? Could go that way through that door on the right, but... Why waste keys if I don't have to? Cool. Boomerang. You can flip through items using the L and R buttons, which is kind of convenient. Granted, you know, in Nintendo's defense, it wasn't like the NES had an L and R button on its controllers, so they couldn't program that into the actual game. Wall Masters! Everybody's favorite enemy. Take it back to the beginning of the dungeon. I mean, here in this level, it wouldn't be so bad as it's only, what, 5, 6 streams? I wasn't counting, but But in the later dungeons, as they get longer or larger and start having more rooms, that can get a little annoying. Anyways, Aquamentus, in the actual game, you could stand here, and that wouldn't have happened. He can't hit you. So if you're at full health, you can just stand here and pummel him with sword beams, and he can't touch you. It'd be a fight you couldn't lose. Guaranteed win. Obviously, they changed that with this randomized version of the game. So, yeah. Oh, you're not warped instantly out? What? Well, that kind of sucks. Especially in the larger dungeons. Oh, okay. That's a little better. Of course. Ooh, you dirty rat. Dead. Deceased. Eliminated. Terminated. Alright. Heart container. Oh. It actually is. For once. Pretty much the only overworld heart container. Well, actually, no, there are a couple others, but I think. Man, I don't know. I never really checked. Thinking about that just now. This one's still there. Okay. Okay. What's in here? Yeah, good for it. There's a secret on pretty much every screen. Some of them were already there normally, and some of them were added to this randomizer. Or randomized version, whatever. More magic. Okay, that'll help for later items. None of which I have yet. Hey, wait a minute. Did I just hit that? Okay, never mind. Oh, I did. Okay, that's changed. Normally, you can't hit those P-hats while they're flying. You can only hit them once they land, which has always sucked about the traditional 2D Zelda games. Unlike Ocarina of Time, granted the P-hats are much larger in Ocarina of Time, and there's several of them all over Hyrule Field. But there, you could actually hit them while they're flying around. Here, no. You can only hit them once they land. In most of the original 2D Zelda games. Always sucked. They could hit you, but you couldn't hit them. Fairness issues game. Enemies can hit me, but I can't hit them back. Fairness issues game? Yeah. Oh, that just goes, okay, never mind. That's just to the desert. Small desert that it is. Not as large as the desert in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Okay. Again, I don't have to go through the dungeons in numeric order, but at least for now, just did level 1 first quest, so level 1 second quest. Again, the only way you'd ever be able to go from a first quest dungeon to a second quest dungeon without changing files along the way. Oh, I forgot to check this in the light world too. Oh, okay, that's a potion shop, that's right, yeah. I should know that. What's the matter with me? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There were a few cases of this in the actual game. But the maker of this randomizer program really went ballistic with this. Their screens were out. Three screens out of a 4-screen radius has this gimmick. 3 out of 4. No kidding. And I will later show that on screen, but for now, yeah. Yeah, you said that same thing in the light world. Oh. Okay. Get back most of the money actually all of the money I just lost. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's right. They got a 99 until I get wallet upgrades, which again is something that didn't start chronologically by release order until game number 5, a game released on the N64, historically known as Ocarina of Time, was the first Zelda game to have the wallet upgrade option. The 4 games that predated it, this one, Zelda 2, well, Zelda 2 didn't have rupees at all. A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening, whatever your max rupee count was at the start of the game, it was going to be at the end of the game as well. Which, as many people have commented on, is kind of stupid when you think about it historically, because both A Link to the Past, game number 3 in release order, and Link's Awakening, game number 4 in release order, the max rupee count, even without wallet upgrades being a possibility, was 999. The next game in release order, Ocarina of Time, you start off at the beginning of the game, 99 is your maximum rupee count. You get the first upgrade, and it goes up to 200. You get the second and final upgrade, and it goes up to 500. WTF. Even with wallet upgrades, your maximum still ends up being half of what it was in the 2 previous games before it. Capital W, capital T, capital F. Yeah. I mean, I love Ocarina of Time, don't get me wrong. Easily my favorite video game of all time. But, seriously, what the hell were they thinking with that? Oh, we're going to give you wallet upgrade capacity, but you're still going to end up with half of what you had in the last 2 games. Why bother? We were better off without them? Anyways, level 1 second quest, as you can tell by the quotations on the upper left corner of the screen. Level 1 second. Okay, well, normally in the base game that would have been the boomerang for the second quest, but again, since I already played the first quest, level 1, I got the boomerang there, and we're playing both quests on the same file. Yeah, obviously you're not going to get 2 boomerangs. I mean, that could be kind of useful, double throw, one for the right hand, or one for the left hand, one for the right hand. Double equip boomerangs. No. But no. Oh yeah, that's right. Gotta kill all the enemies before you can move the block. And there's that beep again. Oh yeah, these guys. I hate these guys. Okay. No, I don't need rupees right now. So I pick it up anyway. Ooh, I need that though. Give me that. Okay, I do want that. Oh, I never... Oh, shoot, that's right. I never picked up... Sorry, I'm not used to having to worry about boss keys in this game, okay? Again, that wasn't a thing until the third game in Release Order, A Link to the Past. The first two games didn't need... Well, the same keys could be used in any doors. There were no boss doors or specialized chests that needed different keys. One key worked anywhere that you needed it at, basically put. So in playing this game, just boss keys aren't something that I really, really think about too much. Okay, well at least it was right there. They didn't have to go too far out of the way for it. Just gotta listen to the beep of doom again. Not get killed here. Watch me get killed by... Oh, no, no, no. Good God. No. Okay. I was gonna say, no. No frickin' way. I simply cannot be killed by Aqua Mentis. That would be absolutely mortifying for somebody who's played this game as many times as I have since 1988. That'd be the kind of thing where in response you'd want to get a paper bag with eye holes cut out, place it over your face so nobody could see who you are. No, that wasn't me. No, no, no. Surely you jest. I didn't lose top. Yeah, you get the idea. Anyways. And then the only one... Yeah. Do a little more Dark World exploration. Okay. More of those. Actually, I don't want to go into the Dark World desert yet beyond this screen. Because in the Dark World in this game, they have supercharged levers that do 2 hearts of damage per hit. No, thank you. I'll go that way when I have either more hearts or better armor or a little bit of both. I've been dying enough on this playthrough as it is. I don't need to be tracking through areas that have enemies that do 2 hearts of damage when I only have 5 of them. Oh. Quiver upgrade. Well, actually, I do have the bow. I just don't have the arrows yet. Because unlike most of the later games following A Link to the Past, arrows were separate. But in the first game, there was no separate counter for arrows, so rupees. Every arrow cost 1 rupee. If you had no money, you couldn't use your bow. Granted, this randomizer, now that I think better of that, is a little different. Need all those numbers on the top middle of the screen there. The bottom one there, 25, how many arrows I have, so yeah. Yeah, 99 rupees, 13 items found, 4 keys, 7 standard bombs, 0 super bombs, haven't found any of them yet, and 25 arrows. So yeah, this randomized version of the game does have a separate arrow count, whereas the normal base vanilla game does not. Okay. And you know what? Where was that? Oh, the blue candle can be used twice. Okay, that's not normally the case. Normally you need the red candle for that. Blue can only be used once per screen. Okay. Oh, sure, I find that on in a screen. Oh, well, fine. Alright. Let's skip it. Explorer later. Let's just do some dungeons here. 5 deaths already. Sheesh. Oh well, luckily I don't care. Other than if I had actually died to Aquamentus. That might have been the one thing that would have made me care, but dying to the first boss of the game. Alright, no, I don't want to go that way. Don't want to do that either. I do, however, want to go this way. To level 2, first quest. I'll get through the door. Charge at me, will ya? Oh, boss key. Okay. At least I found it right away this time, not like the last dungeon. Totally forgetting that it was a thing in this game and getting to the door. Like, oh shoot, I don't even have the key yet. Of course, again, in my defense, I'd like to point out that again, when I'm playing this game, boss keys aren't exactly something I'm thinking of, since, you know, again, that whole concept didn't start until the third game in release order, A Link to the Past. Too many obstacles on the screen. What do I need a lantern for? I already got a candle. I mean, really. Normally that would be the blue magic boomerang upgrade. But, yeah. Moldorm or Landmola, I forget which one is which, but they actually have a face in this. In the base game, they're just a series of orange dots. Thank you. Silence the beep. Okay, don't need that. Dungeon boss. The Dongo! Again, I swear nobody, official Nintendo developers or makers of the Zelda classic fan games alike, nobody has ever been able to make a difficult Dodongo boss battle, ever, in the 36 years of Zelda history. Even on my first playthrough in 1988, I beat Dodongo with very little problem. I mean, it was kind of obvious nothing would hit him. He has everything you have at that point in the game, just click, click, clank, clank, clank. Anyways, actually right now I'm... Yeah, I don't need that right now. I'm already got max rupee count. Until I get either something to spend what I have or find a wallet upgrade. I can't carry any more rupees right now. $30 rupees? Yeah, normally. Again, I can't carry anymore right now, so that will have to wait. That can sit there for now. Big deal. I know one thing I can do. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought there was one. The letter to buy potion. Oh, not here in this version of the game. Okay. I'm dead. Yep. Dang it. Shoot. Okay. Well, I suppose I could try a level 2 second quest. Which on my first playthrough I found completely by accident because of its location. Actually, before I go over there, it helps if I'm in the right quest, so to speak. Started playing the second quest. Got the money needed to buy the item. Went to the shop, where the location where the shop was in the first quest. Like, okay, I want that item now. I got the money for it. Get there. What? Level 2. Okay, well, fine. I found the next dungeon, but where's the item? Shop. Oops, wrong item. What? Oh, it's up there. Okay. You turd. Well, I could carry more money again. Yeah, right where the shop selling the blue ring tunic armor upgrade was in the first quest. Like I was saying, get to the 250 rupees you need to buy the blue ring. Okay, let me get it. What? Level 2? Oh, great. Well, where's where's the blue ring shop then? Of course, different music track playing. Final Fantasy IV, Baron Castle. Which is kind of cool that they changed up, because that's, one of the common gripes against, well, this game. All 4 of the first 4, actually. Zelda 2, A Link to the Past, and Link's Awakening. Each dungeon had the same music track for all 8 of them. Or actually, there was only 6 main dungeons, plus the final one in Zelda 2. But it wasn't until Ocarina of Time that each dungeon had its own unique theme. And by the way, when I say Link's Awakening, don't try to correct me on that. I'm referring to the Game Boy and Game Boy Color original. Yes, the new Switch remake a few years ago may very well have fixed that problem for it. But that's just that, a remake some several decades later. The original, no. Anyways, Gibdos already. Wow, in the first quest you didn't see Gibdos until much later. Well, if you went through it chronologically by dungeon number anyways. Unless you did a lot of skipping around, then you might have. So try playing the second quest on the base game in numeric order. Getting to this dungeon without having the upgraded sword yet. Yeah, these Gibdos would take 8 hits to kill. 1 hit from them would do 2 hearts of damage to you, so yeah. This dungeon could be quite annoying under normal game circumstances. But then again, this is supposed to be like the second quest, like a master mode or heroes mode in later games. So, increased difficulty is the very point of this second quest. So here. Of course, this was one of the first, if not the first game to ever have that kind of thing. Second quest, hero mode, master mode, extra difficult. You know. In fact, I can't think of any other NES era game that had that. I mean, I haven't played all of the NES games ever. But between the ones that I have played, that someone I knew has played, or someone I've seen on YouTube playing, yeah, can't think of any other NES game that even had a second quest option other than this one. Which is another reason why it stood out. Why so many people in the 80s loved it. Get done with the main game and hey, we got a whole nother quest. Cool. I mean, games like Zelda 2 and the NES original Metroid and Kid Icarus had a second playthrough, but it wasn't quite the same. You kept all of your major power-ups and items and abilities. So especially the first half of the second playthrough was a snap. You already had everything. You didn't have to go out of your way to get it because you already had it. And here, that ain't the case, at least not in the base game. Back up to maximum rupees again. Oh yeah, this dungeon. Okay. Like I pointed out in my playthrough of the base game last year, the gimmick of this dungeon, well, would have probably taken me a lot longer to figure out than it did. Yeah, that room there. Hey. Oh, go away. I'm not fighting you right now. Yeah. Looks like a dead end. However, looks can be deceiving. And the secret here, like I said in my playthrough of the base game last year, back in '88 on my first playthrough, probably would have taken me a hell of a lot longer to figure out. If it wasn't for the fact that I had a sticky controller, you held down on the D-pad long enough and it stood that way until you shook it free, so to speak. Well, by sheer luck of coincidence, it just happened to do that right here. Oh, okay, yeah. Otherwise, who knows how long it would have taken me to find this. Well, it would have been the flute, recorder, whistle, ocarina. It's gone by many different names over the course of Zelda history. Normally, it would be that item. Here's the power bracelet. Yeah, that's why I can't say too much about people complaining about how cryptic that whole secret wall is. I probably would have had the same problems you guys did, if not for a benefit of sticky controllers, if that's really a benefit, but yeah. I kind of cheesed it, if you want to look at it that way. Not by default, not by plan, but by default or by sheer accident. Sticky controller, yeah. if I didn't have that, again, who knows how long it would have taken me to figure that out. We'll never know because of... And after realizing that that was a thing the one time, I started looking for them in every other place, so... I get to anything that looked like it might have been a dead end. Hey, can I walk through here? Oh, good. You got to fight a Pole's voice. Without... Oh, I wouldn't want to do it. I got it. Keep forgetting that. Or no, I don't have the... Oh, that's right. No, I don't. I don't have the arrow item. Where you got... Base game, you buy it in a shop for $80. Several different locations you could possibly get it from, but here it's a dungeon item you gotta find since it's randomized. Okay, yeah, so back to what I was saying, I gotta fight Pole's voice with the sword. Oh goody. This is gonna be fun, you bet. Okay, never mind, it was easier than... Try doing that with the level 1 sword though. Yeah, good luck. Oh goody, darkness. I don't like these guys. The red ones I don't mind. Well, actually, I don't even mind the blue ones anymore now, but... Well, as I pointed out in my playthrough of the base game last year, and will probably do so again when I get to that point in the game and this randomizer, the blue dark nuts on my first playthrough were a living nightmare, but... Oh, you dirty rat. Thank you. I needed that. Back up to full health. I don't think there's anything in this room for beating all the enemies. Oh yeah, there's 5 rupees. Big deal. I can't carry any more money right now anyways. I need a wallet upgrade. Again, I keep forgetting about boss keys. It's not normally a thing in this game. If the boss door is locked, just any normal key would unlock it. You didn't need the specialized boss keys. Okay, that wasn't it. Okay, I don't even remember where you get the boss key in this. Oh yeah, okay, yeah I do. Yeah, I do. I should have thought that. I ignored that fight because I was thinking about that hidden wall secret that I wanted to talk about. So I just ignored that wall. I usually avoid him because in the base game he just has a small key. Here he has the boss key. Keep forgetting about that. Because again, in the base game he just has a small key that you can use anywhere. And by this point, well, since I usually play the second quest out of order, I usually have enough keys that I don't need to fight him to get one key. Just like I did just now, I usually skip that battle, but... Oh, cheat game. I had that. Okay. Way to look like a noob. I've only been playing this game for 35 years now. Not that you could tell by this playthrough. Good God, it has been 35 years too. 1988, 2020. Damn, I'm getting old. Come here, you. Get over here, you slime ball. Okay, you have no more bombs. Should get some potions. Oh, never mind. Got it finally. Boss key. Well, you know what? Silence the beep. Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute. Why did I leave the dungeon for? I'm not done there yet. Get back in there. Alright, screw it. I got enough keys. Oh, that's it. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. I don't have any bombs. If I had bombs, I could bomb that top wall in that room and get to this room that way, but I don't have any bombs right now, so that's not going to work. I suppose I could fight these guys to get some bombs, but nah. Oh, that's right, I got it. Defeat all the enemies to open the door. That gag never gets overused in this game. Not. Of course it does. Now, let's do this. Oh, it's Glia. Yeah, he sure looks different in the new game, Tears of the Kingdom. Holy crap. Like the Lionels in Breath of the Wild. Well, that's Tears of the Kingdom too, but... Yeah. How many times I've played this game. I mean, again, it doesn't show with my battle against Manhandla earlier, dying twice. That's because he moves a lot faster than Gliok. Gliok just stands there spitting fire at you. So, to me anyway, Gliok has always been easier. Doesn't move around as fast. I mean, yes, with Manhandle, if you get lucky, which I did not on this specific playthrough just now, if you get lucky, you can place a bomb, and idiot runs right into it, and you kill him with one bomb blast. I didn't have any such luck. Anyway, that's level 2. Second quest. Level 3. Oh, that's so. Can't get into level 3 second quest yet. Don't have the right items. So. And actually, this seems like a good place to stop for now. Now that I think about it, yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, damn. Video is already an hour and 9 minutes into the video already. Well, that's this game, you know. I start playing this game, even a randomized version of this game. I start playing this game and lose all track of time. Anyways, that'll do it for this video. See you next time for part 2 how many dungeons or how far I'll get, since it's all randomized. I mean, so far I've just been doing the official, the dungeons that are in the base game, but this game has like 30 bonus extra dungeons, so, or this version of the game, I should say. But anyways, yeah. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.